Hello and welcome to this Long Island weather update. We're actually going to start off in New Jersey though because we don't have any pictures of storm damage as far as utility damage from either News 12 or PSCG Long Island. They're more concerned about the waterfronts. But JCP&L has put up pictures of some of the damage, and I want to show you that there's been damage to actually some of the transmission lines as well. So these are sub-transmission lines, 34.5 kilovolts. That have been damaged by the very strong winds we had yesterday. I'm not sure exactly where these are, but you could see the damage here that took place. Looks like it's possibly in the northern New Jersey, but you can see these are 34.5 kilovolt lines here. Must have been one hell of an arc show and hit that, and then it hit the distribution down below there. But really, just a lot of damage here. And of course, thanks go out to the linemen. It's going to get more of a challenging job for linemen as we deal with more and more of these storms. You can see they're doing more repairs on some distribution lines here in Monmouth County that have been damaged by the storms. So a lot of damage here. This is what.
Hey folks, JCP&L spokesman Chris Honig here. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of some of what our crews are up against today in Monmouth County. I am on West Front Street in Red Bank. And as I show you this damage, I just want to preface it with this area right now is completely de-energized. It is safe for me to be here. But again, if you see any power lines down, keep at least 30 feet away from any downed power lines. You can't tell just by looking at them whether they are de-energized or not. I've been working with our crews to ensure that this area is safe to show you the damage and what our crews are working with right now. Preliminarily, what we believe happened here along West Front Street was this tree came down in the storm last night. It took down the power lines right here. It also broke. You can see this pole snapped at the top and brought down both our wires, the electric lines, and the telecom wires. Just down West Front Street from where that tree came down, it does appear that either a truck or a train snagged those low-hanging telecom wires. You can see the telecom wires there over the guardrail. Unfortunately, that resulted in additional broken poles along West Front Street here. You can see we have a second broken pole, and a little bit further up,
this is the kind of damage that's going on.
And a little further up West Front Street, here's that third broken pole, and unfortunately, as it continues moving along towards the parkway there, here is a fourth broken pole. So this outage here in Red Bank, 4 broken poles, a mess of broken wires. It's going to take a lot of work to clean up, set new poles, get everything restrung so that we can get everybody re-energized and get the lights back on. Here in Monmouth County, central New Jersey, we're seeing quite a bit of this. Unfortunately, up in North Jersey, it's just like this and even more widespread. So we will see restoration efforts in northern New Jersey continue into Saturday, unfortunately.
So, yeah, this is, it's going to take a while to get the power back for everybody. I mean, lots of almost 100,000 customers of JCP&L were affected by this. Very little from PSCG Long Island on this. There are a few. There's one picture here. Let's see. They have 93% of customers affected by the storm restored. Here's one picture of some of the damage they were faced with. Looks like some white pines came down over here. I'm not sure where this picture was taken. Here's another picture of some of the damage here. I don't know. This is not really showing too many pictures of the damage here. Let's see. It says that 9,000 customers on Long Island were affected by the power outages yesterday, but not a whole lot on their Facebook as far as pictures and damage. And I think JCP&L did a lot better job showing people what was going on. But anyway, staying in Jersey here, just showing you again some of the flooding that has taken place here. LBI underwater. This is insanity indeed. Look at this. I mean, yeah, this is some severe flooding here. This is LBI, Long Beach Island. That's Southern Ocean County. And you can see, yeah, we've got flooding over here as well. So, really bad situation. Let's go to the next one. This is AccuWeather. This is what it looked like on City Island. gonna. They had some really bad. I mean, that looks like the ocean. This is the Long Island City Island. Look at that. There's a lot of damage going on. That's got to be terrifying. That has got to be terrifying. And go to News 12 meteorologist Rich Hoffman, who has a video of this is a lightning strike in Calverton. This is actually, I think, by EPCAL. Look at that. Yeah, lightning. That's right. We got more pictures of lightning to show you, so let's take a look at that. Lightning struck the Statue of Liberty yesterday. I mean, that is crazy. What a shot that is right there. And then here's a time lapse of some of the lightning that we had going on. This is from Jersey and Ocean Grove on the Jersey shore. Look at that. I mean, this is a time lapse. This is over. It's actually a course of 22 minutes. These pictures were stacked, but really, John Entwistle photography. A great shot right there. Something you would expect in the summer, not in early April. That's for sure. Yeah, absolutely crazy kinds of damage out there from these storms. And, we're going to go over the storm damage reports here, latest storm reports here. These are mostly high wind reports, it seems, that have been down. But some of these are storm reports here. A 61-mile-an-hour wind gust at the Norwalk State Light Station there. Wind damage, trees down on cars in Morningside Heights, blocking 102nd Street. Let's see, any reports of flooding. Tree down on Pulaski Street in Riverhead. An injury being reported there. And a fatal. Somebody was killed in Armonk in Westchester County. A tree fell on a car with an occupant inside on Route 128 between School Street and Leisure Farm Drive. That happened around 3 o'clock yesterday. This is what I'm saying when I mean you don't really want to be out of these kind of winds. 61-mile-an-hour wind gust at Captree State Park. Flooding reported in Harrison, in New Jersey. Retaining wall at corner of Harrison and Schiller Avenues in Kearney downed. 61-mile-an-hour wind gust at Blue Point. 58-mile-an-hour wind gust at West Hampton Airport. Actually, it's a stronger wind gust than that. A 66-mile-an-hour wind gust at Orient Point. A 68-mile-an-hour. I read these yesterday. 68-mile-an-hour wind gust at Bayville. But I think there were some 69-mile-an-hour wind gusts also at. We'll go to the wind reports here. This will show us all the wind reports here. I think Eaton's Neck in Suffolk County. Yep, 68-mile-an-hour wind gust at Eaton's Neck. Reported at 11:09 p.m. last night. 68-mile-an-hour wind gust in Bayville. Wantagh gusted to 54. Larchmont Harbor gusted to 65. Shinnecock gusted to 62. These are incredible wind gusts that are being reported here. And then the rain, obviously these rainfall reports also, we got to look at them too, because parts of Fairfield County, 2.75 inches in Stamford, Fairfield, 2.53 inches of rain. So you have all that wind and all that rain just pounding away at the trees, and the ground is just saturated, and it doesn't take a lot to blow these trees over. In Middlesex County, Connecticut, Westbrook got 2.61 inches. In New Haven County, Milford, 2.22 inches. Another hot spot for rainfall, North Arlington, 3.5 inches of rain in Bergen County there. So fairly almost 3 inches at 2.93. Essex County, Maplewood, 3.23 inches. So Jersey, again, getting a lot of rain. Harrison, 3.57 inches. Little Falls in Passaic County, 3.16 inches. 3.50 inches in Westfield and Union County. So I told you a lot of areas would go over 3 inches. That's almost a month's worth of rain right there. Borum Hill in Brooklyn, 3.04 inches. A lot of areas in Brooklyn got 3 inches. Some of the areas did anyway. Nassau County, Seaford, 3.16 inches. North Massapequa, 2.89 inches. Herricks, 2.80 inches. Albertson, 2.071 inches. Belmore, 2.65 inches. So a lot of getting over 2 inches in some areas, getting over 3. Central Park got 2.55 inches of rain. In Orange County, Port Jervis, 2.91 inches of rain. Look at this. Howard Beach, 3.90 inches of rain. Almost 4 inches of rain there. That must have been from a localized thunderstorm because JFK, which isn't that far away from there, got 2.30 inches. In Rockland County, Pomona, 3.09 inches. Suffolk County, east end of Suffolk getting hit hard as well. How about 3.74 inches at Orient? West Hampton, 3.22 inches. The east end got a lot, 2.80 inches. Upton, 2.76 inches. Blue Point, 2.56 inches as we head further west. Bayshore, 2.31 inches. Islip, 1.99 inches. Absolutely incredible, 2.98 inches of rain at Portchester in Westchester County, and this doesn't even cover Mount Holly's jurisdiction. So this is a crazy storm. What can I tell you? And today we did see some sunshine, so I'll just show you what the sky looked like today. We'll start over here, showing you what the sky looked like today. You can see we did break out into some sunshine this afternoon. Some pretty clouds in the sky here. Whoops, that's the wrong way. But yeah, some pretty clouds in the sky right there. Let's see, little breaks of blue there. Then I was in Babylon. This is at Argyle Lake, and they actually had the lake low. They have the lake like in a setting where it's low because to minimize flooding. You can see the water flowing though over there. It's intense flow. I have video from Babylon. I'll show you that as well. But you can see some of that flooding there that was taking place there. But we did break out some of that. So there you go. Pretty big puddle there. And then we have more photos here. So show you again. This is what the sky. And again, we had that break, and then it kind of clouded up as we got toward the evening. You can actually see, looking here in the distance, a shower that's over North Shore of Suffolk County, looking from Lindenhurst, the Lindenhurst area. And then looking at the sky, you could see we had, again, a mix of cumulus and cirrus. The clouds were pretty, though. I will say it was nice to look at. And then we had some altocumulus come in. You can see some of that darker altocumulus there coming in. This is another look again. As that area of instability kind of rotated around, because we're still dealing with the upper level low. And so these clouds are from the upper level low that we're looking at right now. And then Massapequa Preserve, which I was at this evening. Take some photos there showing you what it looked like as the clouds kind of came in. And you could see darker clouds off to the southwest. And this is as I was waiting for the bus. You could see, again, these really dark clouds. This was that area of rain that I made in the community post that I mentioned. Now, we never got anything here in Mineola. It must have just went off to the south. So looking at the radar here, you can see, yeah, this went just off to the south shore. It must have just missed us here in Mineola. But the south shore got a shower out of this. But luckily, it is just missing us. But there are some scattered showers around. If we look at the radar here, look at the AccuWeather radar here. And we'll show you, again, these showers here that we have. Another one here. This one almost looks like a thunderstorm. So we have this very unstable air that we have. So let's look at the satellite image. And you can see, here's your upper level low right here. Put our low here, right here. So our low is right about, let's see, it's center of it's right over here. So this is slowly gonna move eastward, and that's the upper level low. This is the coastal storm right here. This is the storm that developed on top of us. Well, I can't really call it a coastal storm, but that's your coastal storm. But you still have the upper level low left behind, and so that's going to create an unstable environment for clouds and pop-up showers, perhaps, for the next couple of days. And, of course, they got pounded in Maine. Maine got pounded again. We're going to go to poweroutage.us because you're going to see that we have a lot of power outages again in Maine and New Hampshire as well. Once again, we have almost complete blackout in especially southwest Maine here. A lot of damage here. And also New Hampshire as well, dealing with this as well, because it was a heavy, wet snow that wound up sticking to the trees, just as I said it would, and caused a lot of damage. And that's exactly what we have. So if we go up into this area here and look at, we'll see if we can get some snowfall reports. Here's a map of some snowfall reports from the Boston office. So you can see here that, upstate New York, they also got a lot. Look at that, a foot of snow. And then look at some of these areas in Maine. I mean, let's see if we can move this over here. Should be able to show you all these snowfall reports. This is like the most snow that they've seen. I mean, they didn't get much snow all winter, and now April comes, and now they get a lot of snow. But this is the damaging kind of snow. It's heavy, wet. It's a foot of snow, and this is going to cause a lot of damage to the trees and the power lines, and that's where we're seeing all those power outages over there. And for those of you heading up to like Plattsburgh, well, it looks like they got a foot of snow. Some areas got a little more than that. You got quite a bit in some of these areas, especially on the mountains. Closest snowfall reports to us, they did get 2.3 inches in Highland Lakes. So some of the higher areas did get 2.3 inches in Torrington. So if you want to see some snow, March snow doesn't stick around for long, but in some of these areas that got a lot, it's going to be around for a while. The ski resort's going to be good right through the month of April, so you'll be skiing right through April in these areas, probably. So at least most of the month anyway. That's pretty crazy right there. So that's a lot of snow right there. So looking at our map across the country, you could see we've got a lot of issues going on. We got red flag warnings in Kansas, Oklahoma, fire weather watches because we have wildfires that have broken out over there. Because on the dry side of that upper level low, we've got all this wind. We've got high wind warnings in effect also for, it looks like, parts of Arizona and New Mexico, into Utah and Colorado. Winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings for the mountains. Again, Rocky Mountains again, and the mountainous areas there in interior California, Nevada, Utah. And then we've got frost and freeze advisories because there is cold air on the back side of this. We've got a freeze watch for Ohio there, and then you can see all the winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings still posted because the snow is still falling up there. So, yeah, it's just so much to talk about. So let's look at our current observations right now, and you can see it's been pretty chilly all day. We'll look at iSlip here, 41 degrees, and they have, looking at the day today, you can see that we got 41. Yep, 40s pretty much throughout the day. Didn't make it out of the 40s. Gusty northwest winds at times. And pretty cool feeling, across the area. Let's see if JFK managed to report light rain from that. Yep, they are reporting light rain from that shower. So they're also in the mid-40s as well. Let's just look at some traffic cameras because I bet it rained on the South Shore. I'm curious to see if it's wet down there. I bet it rained down there. I bet that shower hit. Let's look at Rockville Center. No, it's dry. All right, it must have missed them. It's weird. I guess it looked like. I guess a lot of it just wasn't really reaching the ground. I guess because maybe it reached the ground at Valley Stream. I don't know, but I guess you had to be a little further to the south. But it was a case of Virga, I guess you could say. A case of Virga. Again, this is what that looks like over there. And this is sort of like what the sky looked like. See, you could see that look in the sky like precipitation was falling, but it wasn't reaching the ground when I got back home in Mineola. But I guess they never got anything over there, or it was just barely enough to wet the ground. Very interesting. Let's go a little further south. Yeah, it looks like it did rain. Yeah, it rained in Lido Beach, so it was very misleading to look at that. Until it looked like it was heading for Nassau County. I'm like, oh, here we go again. But so far, no. We dodged the bullet here and much of Nassau County. So you see your upper level low, and look at all these fires breaking out. Let's look at the Midwest here because this looks pretty bad. Let's go southern. I guess this would be Southern Plains. Yes, well, that might be a little too far to the south. Yeah, it's not showing all the fires. It's showing some of them, but there's some that are further north than that. You can see, oh yeah, they're breaking out over here. This is eastern Oklahoma right here. There's some that are breaking out right there. Look at that. And look at that. All across East Texas, there are a whole bunch. Yeah. So this is what they're going to have to concern themselves with is these fires that we're seeing here. Again, here we go again with wildfires. And like I said, we're not even in the wildfires. I guess we are sort of in the wildfire season, but I mean, this is getting off to an early start. We're up in Mississippi Valley too, which we could look at that one too. This might show some of the fires developing too. It's had a lot to talk about in this weather update. Yeah, you can see, look, you have a whole bunch here. This is Kansas. Look at all that. Yeah, oh my gosh, that's a lot of smoke right there. So if you're in the south, you're going to be dealing with wildfire smoke. That's a lot of smoke right there. So yeah, we have just so much going on. It's really incredible. And let's go to the maps now, and we'll look at our highs and lows for the day. I'll go over the climate statistics as well. Highs mid-40s across Long Island. A little warmer as you head to, actually a lot warmer as you head toward Jersey. Look at that. They got into the mid-50s. Maybe they had a little more sunshine. I don't know. Lows, generally, except for West Hampton, most lows were in the upper 30s. And then we'll do the precipitation. We'll map it out here. So we'll do, I guess, 48 hour. We'll put it all the way up to 72 hour. So we cover the whole storm. So you can see here, many areas of Long Island getting over 2 inches. Well over 2 inches in a lot of areas. Nassau County, Suffolk County, some areas getting even over that. Some areas, again, some of the areas are hot spots. Looks like this part of New Jersey here got a lot of rain here. The northern part of New Jersey. Got 4.06 in Waldwick. So you had over 4 inches in some areas. That's why we're going to have to watch these rivers. Let's look at Ocean County here. Toms River, 2.29 inches. Yeah, this is just a crazy amount of rain. On top of all the rain that we've been getting, this has got to be the wettest. So far, I think we have probably the wettest year on record if you manage all this up to this point. It's just insane. Look at that. Some areas in Monmouth over 3 inches too. So, yeah, this is what we're dealing with here. So let's go to the climate statistics for the day. And we'll go to Islip here. High of 46, low of 38. 4 degrees below normal for the day. And you can see 2.15 inches of rain at Islip recorded. Normally, it was supposed to see only 0.54 inches. And since March 1st, how about almost a foot of rain? Central Park, high of 53, low of 37. 4 degrees below normal. Month to date, 2.64 inches of rain. And again, almost a foot of rain since March 1st, which is crazy. Again, just crazy. Absolutely crazy stuff that we're seeing here. So let's go look at the models here, and we'll see what we have for the rest of this week here into the weekend here. So there's that upper low, and that's not going to go. So the upper low is over here. Here's the surface low, and you can see it just kind of sits around and keeps us in a cyclonic flow, which keeps us plenty of clouds. We don't really start getting rid of those clouds until we get towards Sunday, and a little bit. And then Monday is going to be our sunniest day, which is good because that's the day of the eclipse, which I know everybody's talking about. I'm sick of hearing about it, to be honest with you. I know it's a big deal, but, the path of totality is in such a small little area. You can't expect everybody to travel to it. We'll talk more about the eclipses as we get closer to that. And then it's the next week. Staying rather dry, but, of course, looks like rain chances once again enter the picture as we head toward, Friday. So that's, but at least we'll have a little period of dry weather to enjoy. Let's go look at the HRRR model. You should see most of that in now. All right, we have most of it in. So let's go look at the HRRR model, and you can see again those showers. They tend to die down toward the morning, but then you have that sun coming out, and you have this very unstable air mass. So let's take a look at the profile here. Sounding profile. Get it on the screen. If we can get it on the screen, it doesn't seem to want to load. So, I'm going to count. Here we go. So you can see that unstableness to it and a lot of clouds with that instability that we have as well. So this is going to keep us a lot of clouds and the chance for a spot shower as we head toward the afternoon, widely scattered, mainly on the light side. Could be, probably a little too warm for snow, but. And then as we head into Saturday, you'll see this kind of continues. The low actually kind of backs toward us a little bit. Actually moves back down again because it's just caught in a block. And it's just retrograde. So that may actually mean more clouds and shower chances on Saturday, perhaps. It's crazy. So let's look at dew points and wind flow as we head into your Friday. Staying with the northwest wind. The winds do pick up, though, because as that low kind of sits there and the grade between that and that approaching high from the southwest, we're going to see more wind tomorrow. I think it's going to be on the windy side, mostly westerly winds. And then Saturday, they turn a little more northwesterly to north-northwesterly. But we're staying in the same kind of air mass, generally speaking. Temperatures tonight, going to be chilly. We're going to probably drop into the mid-30s. And then for Friday, we're going to be, again, struggling to make it from mid to upper 40s with all those clouds around. You can see where the showers occur. That'll drop the temperature. Maybe we'll make it to 50. I think a better chance in Jersey. And then, again, chilly mid-30s for your Friday night. And then Saturday, we're going to probably struggle to make it to the 40s again. And again, I'm going to talk more about the weekend tomorrow night. Let's look at the NAM model. This will be the next model we can look at. We have the 18Z to look at. And we'll go ahead and look at the NAM and take a look and see what the NAM has for us tomorrow. And you can see, again, that chance. It's going to be widely scattered, but you have that chance of showers. Again, a little lobe of moisture coming in. Maybe in the middle of the night, you'll have a shower. And then for Saturday, we see that again, that chance of shower. So you have that instability in the air that's going to keep the clouds around. All right. We'll go ahead and look at the cloud model here. So we might start off with a little sun in the morning here, but by middle of the day, you already have the clouds building, and then for Saturday, we'll have similar deal again. Pretty much a similar deal. It's not until we get towards Sunday that we start seeing more sunshine. We'll go ahead and look at the RGM model next. Again, this is an 18Z run, so you can see plenty of clouds for tomorrow. A little break in the morning, and then plenty of clouds again. Though there could be some breaks of sun in between those clouds. So it should be the blue sky in between the clouds, but it won't be clear. And then Saturday, we're seeing a similar type of deal again. So partly sunny. It's not until we get towards Sunday, and even then, we're still not completely out of it yet. So we're still in this cyclonic flow, and that's going to keep clouds around and the potential for a spot shower or two. Very widely scattered. But just keep that in mind. You know what to look for. If you see dark, billowing clouds and you see that verga coming down from the cloud in the distance, you know that's a shower. And then if you're outside, you need to, if it's heading in your direction, if it's if it's from to your west or northwest, then there's a chance you're going to get affected by it. So but it won't be a washout. It's just a chance of a shower. It's most of the day should be dry for Friday and Saturday, but there's that chance there, obviously with that instability that we are dealing with. So, a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff to cover with all this. It's incredible. Let's just see what News 12 is talking about here, if they're even talking about it. They're not even talking about the storm. My gosh, not one thing about the storm here. Okay. See, News 12 New Jersey is going to talk about it a lot more. Yep. See, they're talking about the storm. I don't understand what is with Long. Well, we already know it's with News 12 Long Island. We already know they're not a news station. They're geared to preppy snobs that are in denial of the climate crisis. But we can take a look and see. Wednesday storm causes utility poles to break in Middletown. So we've got a lot of storm damage across the area. And I'll talk about that in another video. I think I've talked about it enough. This is a weather update, but I wanted to, because the storm damage was so substantial in so many areas, and we've had a lot of damage here. You can see storm reports, rain reports, wind reports. Well, I'll link them below. And as we deal with continued unsettled weather across the area, but at least we should at least be out of the storminess. So slowly dry out here and clean up after this latest atmospheric river event that we now are dealing with. Now you know what California's been dealing with. Well, now we're dealing with it. The whole country is dealing with it. Mostly both the coasts are dealing with it. The middle is dry, and that's why you're seeing the wildfires there. But anyway, that's going to wrap up this Long Island weather update. Have a good night.